Alright. Okay, this is game 2 between Xarox and Flamedremon. Xarox is the purple nod in the top right side tournament rift. Flamedremon is the red nod in the top left. Bit about these guys, they just played game 1 on Tournament Arena, and the game actually went to Xarox. He beat Flamedremon very quickly. This is game 2, this is Flamedremon's pick of the map, because loser picks, so... these guys are actually playing for who's better, like they both think they're the best player in the game, and they're playing for that. So, it should be an interesting matchup. Let's see how it goes. We've got Flamedremon here, just opting for the one engineer. Obviously we both know you can, well we all know you can build 2 engineers and get to this garrison right here. Just about the same time as their Raider Buggy gets there, so if you're faster than they are, you can get the 2 spikes, so... but it looks like neither player is taking the risk. You see the power plant placement here, that's for when bikes come at the top. They have to actually run around this power plant to shoot this harvester when it's docking, so it's good power plant placement right there. This power plant, I mean, he could have placed it a little bit closer to the refinery, but it means if the attack bikes come behind the refinery, they can not shoot this harvester, because you can actually shoot over the refinery with your attack bikes, but this power plant will be blocking that as well. Right here, he'll send the Raider Buggy right down to the spike just to see what's going on, make sure there's not an engineer. Oh, and he did actually build an engineer. I'm sorry for I didn't see that. I must be an idiot. I honestly did not see that. So, this is Xarox. Yep. He'll get in this garrison, and what should happen is he'll send bikes down here to take this Raider Buggy out, and then he'll go and capture the spike. Is what should happen. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Alright, and we see this is Xarox's scouting Raider Buggy. He's actually looking for Flamedremon's engineer. So, Flamedremon has 2 Raider Buggies down here now. And the attack bike's going to come down. These 2 Raider Buggies should actually be able to beat this attack bike and Raider Buggy. So, and especially with this garrison near here, I don't really know what he's doing. Anyways, this is what I'm more interested in, the harvester count. We can see he's built 2 harvesters out of his war factory. There's the 3rd harvester, so he's going very economy heavy. Whereas Vampire Xarox has gone more bike and Raider Buggy heavy. He's only sitting on 3 harvesters. And this is actually a mirror of what we saw last game. Flamedremon had 2 harvesters more than Xarox did. But Xarox's heavy aggression and just the sheer numbers just overwhelmed Flamedremon. And Flamedremon actually had... Flamedremon had the advantage last game, and he just kind of threw it away. By the aggression of Xarox, just completely crumbled Flamedremon. So, as we see here, Xarox did just sit near that fucking garrison the entire time. He could have captured that Tiberium spike, but it's not too. It doesn't matter too much because he's gonna get it anyway. As you can see, this Raider Buggy did kill the attack bike because it's got a veterancy. So we see 4 bikes, 3 Raider Buggies. I would like to see the Raider Buggies stand in front of the attack bikes, but. See that these bikes here by Flamedremon will be taken out very easily right here, I assume. I think he's focus firing, which I'm not a fan of. I think he could have killed all of them if he wasn't focus firing. I think he was overshooting. Anyways, Xarox does have the superior numbers, so it's just going to be bikes, be Raider Buggies. Flamedremon going more all bikes, not very few Raider Buggies if any. Xarox has got 2 war factories, which I agree with more. I think the 2 war factories is more stable. Moves his MCV down to the bottom, captures the 2 spikes. I'm actually more of in favor of what Xarox is doing right here than Flamedremon. But what Flamedremon's doing can also work. I mean, you've just got the superior numbers, but it's more temporary. Because your economy's not good. Like, Xarox is playing more long-term, Flamedremon's playing more short-term. So... yeah, he can't get onto the 2nd field here, but I mean, to be honest, I would rather have these 2 Tiberium spikes on this blue field and then move over to this green than be in Flamedremon's position. So, as we can see, Xarox is actually poking Flamedremon. I'm quite surprised at this. With the 3 war factories, I'd expect Flamedremon to be the more of the aggressor. And he's actually got the superior army as well. I really don't agree with this target harvester. I mean, I don't know why he moved in there. He had 1 or 2 attack bikes. That's not much DPS, damage per second. I think he probably should have backed off and used those Raider Buggies with his next enforcement of attack bikes, and I think that would have been much more effective. But he chose not to. Maybe just getting some scouting information, whatever. But you know, it's a lot easier to sit here and say you should have done this, you should have done that when you're watching the game. So, yep. Flamedremon just continue to go with bikes. I think we should see the Scorpion tank switch now. I mean, Xarox should stay on the bikes and buggies longer than Flamedremon, due to the fact that he's got to travel a longer distance to protect his 2 bases. And the same argument can be made for Flamedremon, that he wants to be more maneuverable to hit Xarox in different places, but I think Flamedremon's got so many bikes on the map right now, if he just sat defensively and got enough Scorpion tanks out to defend his Tiberium field down here, then he would be able to hit Xarox from all sides with the bikes and then get a sizable Scorpion army up out of his 3 war factories, and I think he would take the game that way. I think Flamedremon is going to win this fight. He'll clean this up very easily. Yeah, that's going to be the case, and we'll see what Xarox is doing, because whether he stays in the game right now depends on what he does next. And the war factory down here at the blue, I do agree with that, but what he does need to be careful with is, because the distance for these harvesters is getting further and further, his economy will be slowing down. And obviously this counterattack coming in here is going to kill all 3 of these harvesters. He's going to need to replenish maybe 1 or 2 of these harvesters, sell off this refinery, and yeah. The barracks getting taken out here. What his plan was to defend this with rocket men and then go up here and defend or attack. So this harvester will be taken out, I'm sure. Yep, it is. Sorry if I'm missing the action, guys. I really just haven't been on this game for much at all. I mean, I'm just not into it. This is probably the first replay I've watched or casted in about 3 or 4 months, so feels that long anyway. It does look like Xarox is completely out of the game, and at this point I wouldn't really have much of an argument against that. I think this game is all but over. These 2 spikes means he always has a chance. I mean, he's sitting on 3 Tiberium spikes. He's 2 spikes ahead of Flamedremon. I mean, I'd say you always have a chance in that scenario, but Flamedremon's doing the smart thing, and look how many harvesters he has here. He really should send a flame squad around here and take these 2 things out, and then this game's completely bedded. But leaving his harvesters up here a little bit too long as well, but I mean, all in all, I mean, you could nitpick all I want. I could sit here and nitpick at both these players, but I think Flamedremon's played this game very well. I mean, the way he went into it, he wanted to play defensively. I mean, maybe I think he should have a Scorpion tank switch at this point, but the game is so far gone in the bag for him. I think he can actually do what he wants. At this point, I think he could spam Rifleman and win this game, so. What he needs to do is he needs to send 1 attack bike in, and all his bikes will shoot that 1 attack bike, then you flood all your bikes in after that, and you just overwhelm them. That's the way to win these bike fights. Like right there, he shoots all those shots go on that 1 bike, and then he sweeps in with these when they're reloading. That's the way to do it. The Pathfinder messing up a little bit here. These rifle squad's taking a lot of shots for him. I mean, he's not trading very well right now. Like, this is where you want to have Scorpion tanks. Like, bikes are good for harassing and stuff, and the Bane detonation, I think Flamedremon's just going for the embarrassment. I think he knows this game's in the bag and he's trying to embarrass Xarox. Xarox embarrassed Flamedremon last game, moving his MCV in his base, so. Anyway, that's that one over, guys, and that's a 1-1. Flamedremon 1, Xarox 1. The next map choice will go to Xarox.